Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your weekly spiritual guidance. So, we're going to check in and see what kind of soul lessons we might need right now. What do we need to know for the week for the collective? What kind of soul lessons are we working with this week? Doubt. I release the need to know all of the answers. So, is there some place in your life that you're doubting things? Are you doubting your abilities? Are you doubting somebody's feelings? What is it that you're placing doubt? So, this is an indication that we have to work through those feelings. Typically, doubt is something that we're operating in ego. So, if that's the case for you, where you feel like your ego is the one that's winning, we need to quiet that. We need to replace that fear and that doubt with the emotion of love. So that's going to be important. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So you need to always be honest with yourself. You can't expect that from everybody else, but you can operate with integrity and you can always be honest and truthful with yourself, and you should be. So I feel like that we may need to replace the doubt with truthful things about ourselves as well. Maybe you need to recognize your own accomplishments this week. Maybe you need to actually walk in a place of love. And especially when we are in like self-loathing, where we just don't like ourselves or we're down in the dumps, it's the holidays, everybody feels like they're struggling. It's like, what is there things to be grateful for? Practice gratitude. Those are some other ways that you can kind of change the energy. And worry. So that could also be another emotion that we need to replace. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So why waste the time and energy? If worrying about it won't change it and only action will change it, then why are we wasting that precious energy worrying? I'm guilty of that myself, so I'm not calling you out, but I'm calling you out. If you're a worrywart like I always am, I'm an overthinker. I have been that way my whole life. I deal with depression and anxiety this time of year. I deal with it a lot. So if you're one of those people, you're not alone. This time of year can be really difficult on a lot of people. And so let's not waste the precious energy that we have on worrying about things that we can't change. It won't change the outcome. Service. I feel good when I can help others. So this might be a way that you can kind of change some of these negative emotions and turn them around for positive. Maybe you can be of service to somebody else. Maybe you do an act of kindness just because you're capable of doing those things for someone else, or that you're doing something just out of the kindness of your heart. But those can all be something that we can actually do that's a positive. So change that negative way of thinking. Let's see what we have from our angels. Thank you, angels. What do we need to know? It's time to clear, cancel, and release anything that's not serving you. Part of that is doubt and worry, so we need to let go of those emotions. Ask your angels to simply come in and clear, cancel, and release anything that's not of your highest good, and watch miracles start to unfold in your life. All right, you look like you have some manifestations that are coming in. I feel like you're doubting those. I feel like there's a lot of fear attached to it, and that's what's blocking them. So we have to live as if we already have those things in our 3D reality, not as if you want them or if you need them, as if they already exist in your 3D reality. And you're like, well, that's not being honest. The truth is completely different, but that's not how energy works. Energy doesn't understand don't or can't. It understands the intention you're putting out there. So if the power of your intention is that you don't have something, they're going to keep showing you more and more of those things that you don't have. If you have to kind of believe it before you're going to see it sort of mentality. If you believe that you can achieve it, whether it's truthful yet or not, it's going to start to manifest in your 3D reality. So there's some things that you need to keep your composure on this week, and this is maybe something you're worried about. So maybe it's dealing with friends or family that you haven't seen in a while, maybe some people that ruffle your feathers, maybe it's negative emotions coming to the surface. Try and keep your composure. You might need to center your energy, meditate, pray, ground. All of those things can definitely help, along with deep breathing to keep your composure. Know that there is a sacred plan for everyone's life. If God still woke you up today, you're not done yet. So you've got to get out there and you've got to start living. So be of service to other people. I feel like that's also part of the divine plan. All right, let's see what kind of signs, symbols, and synchronicities we have. The root chakra, and it's in the reverse. So we are dealing with a lot of fear and doubt, unstable, feeling anxious, and really ungrounded. So ground and meditate. Red, ironically, I happen to have a lot of red on today, is the color of the root chakra. So that will actually help to balance those things out. I'm noticing there's quite a lot of red in the picture today. My little red truck there, some red on the Christmas tree, red all over me. So I feel like red could be significant, not just for the holidays, but to help ground your energy. And the Eye of Horus. So feminine energy, following your intuition, listening to those things, moon cycles, and there is a lot of power and magic within you. So you are protected on this journey. All right, what else do we need to know? All right, so facing our fears in the mirror, some shadow work, facing ourself, doing shadow work, some inner work might be needed to let go of the worry, and that helps to shift our aura, the energy or the atmosphere around us. And that's part of the sacred plan as well, is that we need to be in that divine energy. All right, what do the Ascended Masters have for us? Sanat Kumara, light activation. It's time to shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So, are you acting like you are in divine energy? Are you sharing your gift with other people? We all have some sort of gift to share. Some are just very different than others. That's okay. That's what you're here to share, is your gift, your light with the rest of the world. So know that your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Trust your intuition. And we have Master Jesus. So there's a lot of forgiveness that might need to take place somewhere as well. That's with the honesty card. So I feel like you need to also be truthful with yourself. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness, and know that Father healing is possible at this time. And Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So you've got to do your part in order for some of these things to actually come through, but you are always protected. And Radha, the soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So if there's been some sort of issue, I feel like by you putting yourself out there in a way that you're helping other people, you actually shift the energy to where you're aligned with things for the better. So rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. All right, how do we raise our vibration this week? What do we need to know? Abundance is a state of mind. Look what color it is. It's red. I feel like we first have to get all of our chakras in alignment. So meditate with the color red. It can be simply wearing it. It can be crystals, things like that. It can be sitting and trying to balance these things out. Do the breath work. It helps to release the stuck, stagnant energy that's stuck in those energy portals and in your chakras. And by doing those things and allowing new energy to flow, you let that state of abundance start to flow in too. Remember, it's a state of mind. You got to believe it before you're going to see it. What else do we need to know? My high vibes heal the world. So if you struggle with things like I do this time of year and you're struggling just to get out of bed, or you're struggling to want to get dressed or take a shower or do all those things, do something for yourself. Self-care is going to help you to actually feel better. The other thing is that when you're in that higher vibration, your energy is affecting others in a positive way and you can help to heal others. Come home to your body. See how he's sitting in a meditative state? You need to ground, you need to meditate, you need some breath work this week in order to actually balance things out. And I lovingly accept myself. So that's a period of self-care. Self-care is something that leads to a lot better everything, really. The energy around you will actually change. But do you accept yourself? Do you love yourself unconditionally? Sometimes it's really hard to look in the reflection in the mirror and go, I don't know today. That's okay. We all have off days, but sometimes we still have to go, I love myself anyway, and not in a vain way, but in a unconditional, loving way, especially spiritually speaking. Let's get a couple more of these. Actually, let's get some tarot. Maybe, if I don't drop the whole deck. All right. What messages do we need for our spiritual self this week? The world. All right, so we are completing cycles. We are going to triumph over these difficulties, and there is some sort of either travel opening up or some sort of fulfillment coming in, and it leads to a lot happier days. So the sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck. So even if right now things are feeling a little bit heavy, know that it is shifting. So we have a couple of weeks of Mercury in retrograde to get through, where it's going to feel like we go backwards, and then we finally get to go back go back and forwards. There is a fresh start. A lot of accomplishments could also be marriage. So be honest with yourself. You might need to be the leader that you didn't have, and you are going to need to take that leap of faith to actually try new things. Have a great week.